Yes. But now, I mean, in more recent times, oil has been discovered in Guyana, right? Or in and around Guyana. Gold has been discovered.
Right.
So you bring all of that in, that the tug of war must have something to do with these resources as well.
Of course.
Yes?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. But let me say this, John, and you hinted at it. Although 2015, when the massive oil deposits in Guyana were first discovered,
Mm,
saw a kind of accentuation of the Venezuelan, what I call intimidation playbook. Venezuela had been pushing this issue long before 2015. It's just that they raised the level of the pursuit.
mm,
And it makes it important to remind your readers and your viewers about a few factors, two facts
mm.
about this territory called Essequibo. You're quite right. It's not only a territory that has oil, and it's not only offshore oil.
Yes.
There were studies, geographic studies done in the 1970s that show that there is onshore oil. There's a place called the Takatu Basin.
Mm,
So there's offshore and onshore oil. There is gold.
yes.
There's bauxite. There's manganese. There are diamonds.
Mm,
There is uranium.
mm. Precious.
Uranium in the
Precious. Yes.
Essequibo.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, in the early 2000s, Iran approached Guyana interested in helping to explore some of Guyana's uranium for its nuclear
Interesting.
purposes.
Okay.
Then President Jagdeo even went to Iran, signed an agreement. Iran was to send a team to begin to help Guyana explore its uranium. The United States worked behind the scenes to kill that partnership.
Mm,
The point I'm making is that that territory, and I'll tell you a little bit about the size of the territory that may shock some of your readers. That territory is resource rich,
yes.
agricultural lands,
Mm,
timberlands. That area is part of the Guyana Shield with pristine biodiversity.
yes.
Number of flora and fauna, unique species to the Amazon.
Mm,
It's given us part of the Amazon. I've had the pleasure of going in that territory various times. I was vice chancellor of the University of Guyana for 3 years and made several visits to the
mm,
Essequibo.
mm.
But did you know what the size of the Essequibo is?
I assume it's a
The
small territory.
Essequibo is not a small territory. Essequibo is 61,600 square miles.
Wow. Okay.
Jamaica, the land of your birth that you love,
Yes.
can fit into the Essequibo 14 and a half times.
Oh, wow. Okay.
England, where you live, can
Yes.
fit in the Essequibo and places still left over.
Mm,
The Essequibo is bigger than England.
yes. And no
So
wonder
we're
people.
talking,
Yes. Yes.
we're talking about a massive piece of territory, real estate, but you're also talking about hundreds of thousands of people who live there.
Yes. Yes. Mm,
You probably know, Don, that Guyana has 9 indigenous peoples,
yes.
native Indians. Most of them live in the Essequibo.
Mm,
So if you take the Essequibo away from Guyana, you're taking away identity, people, resources,
absolutely.
land. You're
Yes.
taking away the basis for a nation existing.
Mm. And how are the people of Guyana? I mean, how are they dealing with this? Are they behind the government in fighting? And what, I mean, what can they do? What are they doing, really?
Well, there's significant anxiety. There are people who are nervous for a variety of good reasons, for a
Yes,
variety of reasons.
of course.
Nervous because a lot of them are living in areas proximate to Venezuela,
Mm,
proximate to Brazil.
yes.
Lots of them know that the disparity in military resources between Venezuela and Guyana is a significant one.
Yes, huge. Yes.
Guyana's military forces pale in comparison to Venezuela. So that sense of that disparity, that the potential that if Venezuela were to get physical, it can really harm,
Truly.
drive some of the anxiety, drive some of the nervousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there is a resolute sense among Guyanese in and out of Venezuela that they're Guyanese.
Yes.
Now, it doesn't help in any nation where there are political issues that can serve to undermine that unification, that united front. And Guyana, as you know, has long had some racial tensions,
Yes, of
Afro-Guyanese,
course. Absolutely.
Indo-Guyanese, and those are not helping.
True.
But
Yeah.
given the anxiety level that Venezuela has raised with the physical threat, people are coming together to stand behind the government of Guyana.
Excellent. And CARICOM is also behind Guyana because anything
CARICOM
that
is
happens to
also,
one country in CARICOM affects all. Yes.
you know, I appeared with a panel on the UWI TV a few nights ago, and I was sharing with members in that forum. It is not only theoretical that CARICOM would be involved if Guyana were to be attacked. It is practical.
Yes, yes.
There is something, Jamaica is not part of it, but 8 Caribbean countries are part of the regional security system. The regional security system operates under a treaty. And the treaty has a provision, it's called Article 4. It's a mutual assistance, mutual defense treaty provision. It says if you attack any country outside of that treaty, membership attacks a member of the treaty, the others are obligated to come to that person's defense.
Indeed.
So an attack on Guyana will immediately trigger a response by Barbados and St. Lucia and the other members that are obligated now to send their citizens to help defend Guyana.
Yes.
So it has real life practical implications for Caribbean writ large, but it also has implications for the rest of the Americas and for the international world. Could you imagine if a country is able to grab 74% of another country? What happens to other places where there are disputes? They will say, okay, and we can go. You know probably that there's been a dispute also raging between Guatemala and Belize. Guatemala will say, well, if Venezuela can go take what it wants in Guyana, maybe we should do the same thing with Belize, which is also weaker.
Exactly. It could set a precedent. Absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.